Yo, yeah, yo, yeah, yo, yeah, motherfucker. What's going on YouTube? This your boy Forever Brandon TV. Coming back to you guys with another video on Rittz. Guys, one of my favorite strange music artists. He works for Tech Nine. He works for everybody in Strange Music. Seven is one of his producers. Guys, Rittz is an amazing artist. Like when I tell you his music always like is very, very self-help and healing. Like I really, really love his music. I'm such a huge fan of his work. I think that Last Call, this album is probably one of his best albums to date, guys. Like he just has songs just talking about every situation he ever been through, and it's a lot of songs on here that really, really stand out and really, really, you know, give out a message to people about how he started from his downfall to his upbringing. And this album really impressed me. He always is a person that has a lot on his mind. He talks a lot about what goes on in his past life. Guys, he, takes time to reflect on things that he's been through. And that's one of the things I can relate to, me being a Leo and him being a Leo. We are, we have good hearts, but when we have things deep on our mind, we love to speak out. Like we are not like Leos as far as how we are very outspoken, and we want to be heard. And that's one of the things I like about this album, like how Ritz is, how he has gotten, how he has came so far along in Last Call. One of the things I do like about this album is most of the songs, he doesn't have a lot of collaborations on his albums. He only has maybe like two collaborations, and the rest of the album is just him. So I was shocked that I didn't see no Tech Nine, that I didn't see no Chris Calico, that I didn't see no Ubiquitous. I was shocked. But at the same time, this, normally Ritz will like have people, he'll have different people, but this actually really focused more on him and about his life instead of about other people's point of view. So I think that's the reason why I really, really like this album. So let's get into these songs. Middle of Nowhere, he basically is channeling his feelings from him feeling like he's been in the middle of nowhere, like he's been through a lot of things. And one of the songs that I really can relate to on this album, "Press for Wine," which is number two, is just probably is just really, really good. It just has I love the way the beat starts. It was something about the beat that really caught my attention. And "Press for Wine" is just basically talking about his past life. He's channeling his fans and making them he's taking a tool into his fans about what he went through coming up as a child. And that's one of the things I can relate to. Indestructible, he's talking about even through your downfall, you have to be indestructible. I love the beat. I really love the message. I just think that it's good. And that's one of the things I love about my zodiac sign, because we want to get out the message. And that is one of the things I love about Ritz with his music. He wants people to feel closure with his music. And that's one of the things. It just comes natural to him. And it comes natural in his music as you can listen to it and you can hear it. Down for Mine is basically he's been down. He's been holding his own weight. He's been holding on, and he's been keeping on. He's been struggling to get to his height, and he's always down for his. Shooting Star is amazing. Like this is probably one of my favorite songs on the album, because even if you done been through a lot of things, you have to remain being a shooting star, and that's one of the things I really like about this song. Dork Rap Baby, I'll tell you, this is one of my favorite songs on this album. Like the just he just talking about all about the peoples who talk about the way that he raps and the way So he basically on this song he talks a little bit about how people in the industry sound as far as like how their music is and how they don't make sense. And I really, really like the song. It's probably one of my favorites. Crash and Burn just talks about, a lot of different, he channels a lot of different situations that he has witnessed and what people have went through. And it just talks about life. And I really like the song. I really think that it's a deep song. Reality Check basically talks about, this is a reality check for anybody who tries to cross him. Like, this is a reality check for, his life and what he's what he's been going through. And I really like the song. Different Breed basically talks about he doesn't want bad blood, but he's on a different breed than most people who he has come in cahoots with. He's a different breed, and I really like the song. Illumination is basically a song dedicated to strange music. He was basically saying that our music can change the world, which it has changed my life drastically. Like, I don't know what I would do without strange music. Like, I really, really am such a huge fan of tech, such a huge fan of just everything that strange music has to offer. And I love Illumination. He just talks about illuminating in the night into the sky. Basically, he said this is for the haters. Like, put your middle fingers in the sky and forget what they are saying. And go on about do you continue to do you to the fullest and put your middle fingers in the sky. I love this song. I like the beat. Like, I really think Seven and some other people did the beats really good on this album. I really like it. The next song is Fuck Cancer, which is basically he talks a lot about, different people who had different cancers and how they came through their chemo, and how they're still, how people made it through their cancer, how they made it through their trimester with having cancer. And this is basically, talking about after disease, if so many people who who suffer from cancer, and they have plagues and stuff like that. So this song is really important. It's about awareness, and I really like the message. I like the Candace Freeman, who I think I remember hearing her on some other strange music stuff. She probably featured on a couple of Tech Nine stuff. I don't know, but the name does sound familiar. But she sounds amazing on the song. And the song is just really deep, and it just talks about fighting cancer. It just talks about all the people that he probably knew people personally that had cancer and they made it through it. And I like it. Lose My Cool is basically a song that if you keep trying me, I'm gonna lose my fucking cool. And that's one of the things I can relate to. Me being a Leo, I'm cool, but I do got another side where you do not want to cross me. So that's one of the things I can relate to about that song. So Long is basically, he talks a little bit about his grandfather and about some other people, but he basically dedicated it to his grandfather, how he misses him, how it's been so long since he's seen him. And I really liked it. Victory Lap. It just basically talks about running a race and reaching to the victory, and he's just basically talking about his life and how he's went through so much and he's ran across the victory lap. I like it. I'm Only Human, which is just anybody can just relate to this song because nobody is perfect. And I love it. I love the song. I love the message. And it's just really healing. And I love it. Live and you learn. Amazing. It's just, you go through trials and tribulations in life and you live and you learn. Even when you can be grown as hell, you can still learn. And that's one of the things I really, really love about that song. When featuring Hitman, Shawty, and Kane, I really liked it to be, it was a bonus of the song. I'm not going to say it was my favorite, but it was dope. And that song was Good Life, basically talking about having a good life, as you know. Side note, was he was coming from a deep place, and he just left a side note about, things spiraling out of control. A good way to end the album. I really liked the beat of the song. It was just really deep. And one of the things I always love about Rittz is he always knows how to put in good product when it comes to strange music. He is probably the most underrated rapper in strange music, apart from Tech and apart from Chris Calico. Like, I really, really like and dig his music. Like, I love this album. I think that this album will be on nonstop repeat. I love the album cover for one. It's so chill, and the album has just songs for everybody to relate to, and that's one of the things I love about this album. This is Forever Random TV signing off. I will talk to you guys later. Yo, yeah.